Hello, YouTube. I wanted to show off another open RPA idea I had. I found this website. This website is on codepin.io, and this particular website was made by Nicola. Thank you so much, Nicola, for making this. Nicola made this where it, when you type out a word, it will give you a score, and there's a time left countdown. When the time left countdown reaches the number one, a alert pop-up comes up letting you know what your score is. It's basically a really awesome JavaScript website for counting how many words a minute can you type. What I wanted to do was I wanted to make an automation that will find the word and it will type out the word for me. That's the first thing I wanted to get done. The next thing I want to get done is right now this is running in Firefox. So I wanted an easy way to go from Firefox to Chrome. Let's go and review the RPA. The RPA starts off with invoking a code and it's invoking an auto hotkey. So it's referencing a variable right here, browser var. If browser var is ff, then I'm making a brand new variable, browser var string, and I'm typing out the word Firefox. If browser var is Chrome, then the string is Chrome. So this is just how OpenRPA references the different browsers, what they call it. Sometimes they call it FF and sometimes they call it Chrome. And then whatever string exists, then find that window is how you read this. If you cannot find it, if the AutoHotkey cannot find it, there's another variable called can't find, and it's supposed to be false, but I'm changing it to true, and I'm going to show that later on. The next step is if it is true, I'm gonna gracefully exit OpenRPA. If it's false, like it's supposed to be, there's nothing here, so it just moves on to the next stop, next action. There's a delay right here, and there's a delay right here, because I'm doing an action called open URL. The open URL action has attributes for a browser, which is referenced right here. And then new tab is false. I'm under the impression it's going to override whatever current tab you have running. If you put this to true, it's going to make a brand new tab. But I'm leaving this to false. The URL is the URL of the CodePen website. Everything else is blank. The next thing is I'm using the get element and I'll open a selector. So I am referencing the browser var inside the selector, and I just want to show how I'm doing it. You have to put it in double quotes, and you also have to put it in double curly brackets, and that's how you're able to reference variables from outside the selector. Same thing here. I'm using a variable to find that browser var. The website's going to be the same. Now I only do this once. I click the start button once, which is right here. And then there's something that I'm doing, it's called click body. Since this website's got a lot going on, I wanted to make sure I'm typing in the right section. So I kind of have to like activate by clicking it. And that's how it knows I'm going to send keystrokes. So that's why I'm doing that. Here's where I have a loop or a while loop. And there's a variable time left var, which is an integer, and by default it's set to 100. So the way I'm reading this is 100 greater than 1, and that is correct. It's going to move on to the next action. However, if time left var was 0, then it will skip this entire thing. It will be done. So I want this to, this is working exactly how, this is exactly how I want this to work. So how do we get to time left var? The first thing we have to do is on the screen, we got to find that value. When we find it, it's a string. I don't want it as a string. I want it as a number. So how do I deal with that? I deal with that with vb.net. VB is short for vb.net. The first thing I'm doing is I'm taking that string value that I just got and I'm turning that into another variable called str value. Then I'm doing this try parse method. I'm going to I'm going to try to make an integer. So what happens is it takes the str value and puts it here, and then this time left var. The time left var is a number. So this is a string, this is a number. If you can take this and turn it into a number, try. The first value is string, the second value is number. Try doing that. If you're successful, then print out what happened. Print out you converted it. Print out, hey, you cannot do it. That's how I convert a string into a number. Here, I'm clearing its memory. So it's going to be cycling through a bunch of words, and I need to find the current word, but I also need to make sure it's empty because this is a loop. I'm sort of like clearing the clipboard data. And now I need to find the word, and this is how I find the word. The last step is I'm going to type the word. And I'm typing the word by just sending the variable with the percent signs on either side. The beginning of the video, you saw me using Firefox. Now I'm just going to make one code change. Oh, well, actually, my Chrome is not running right now. So I'm going to show off that error message. And this little error message, right, this little thing right here. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to hit play. And let me scroll up. So it kind of flashed really quickly on the screen, but it tried to find the window I wanted to find. It could not find it, and OpenRPA is not running right now because I threw a business rule exception. So let me go ahead and get Chrome situated. I'm going to go to the URL, and now it's set up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. Oh, let me pull up Chrome. So I'm sorry, Firefox, and then you see how there's a green bar down here? You're gonna see that the Chrome becomes active. So I'm on Chrome, and this is the same exact code, and all I changed was the variable for browser var. So now I have an automation that will work in Firefox and in Chrome, and it will type out any word that it sees. All right. So what's very interesting is and then the automation stopped. So what's very interesting is Chrome will always get a higher score than Firefox. I don't know how that's happening. Okay, but let's just go ahead and run Firefox again, and all I have to do is FF is Firefox. So all I have to do is change this to FF. Make sure you save, and I'm gonna have Chrome up, but I'm gonna get Firefox to run. It refreshes the website, and that's the only thing I changed. The only thing I changed was the browser. And that's the automation. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.